You dirty motherfucker. You have children, bro. You are a father. You have children. You have baby child that are women's. You're raising young women's in the world.
I don't tell them to go run and pop a titty out. But you're right. Every one of those girls has a father.
Goddamn right, bro. You're goddamn right. You're goddamn right. You goddamn right, bro.
Hello.
Just like you wanted.
Just like I wanted.
Here's your moment, bruh.
My moment. Moment for what?
You were saying off air that we didn't give you enough shine.
That is not true. You said that. But all right, fuck it. I'll shine. What up, ladies and gentlemen? It is Super Bowl week here. There's Super Bowl coming up, and we're just chilling. It is week, or it is episode, I forget, like 78. Isn't it 78? 77, 78? I don't know. You'll find out here in a minute. Dean will tell us all. And we're chilling and hanging out. And we watched Silverado and Blade Runner, the final cut. Which I'm not a big fan of Blade Runner, but that is what it is. We'll talk about that later. But
you're not a fan of either of any version?
I mean, the newer one I didn't really understand, and the older one, you know, I don't know. Just not a big fan, and that's okay.
Well, I don't know if you saw it, but I sent you and the boys in our Facebook Messenger group. We might auction off an invite. If you are interested, hit us up on our social media. You can be a part of our... I'm not going to invite you to our private messenger. That's stupid.
Yeah.
What are you doing, man? We can't both be off screen. Come on, bro.
Well, I'm doing some stuff. I gotta look at some stuff. But yeah, so are we talking about Blade Runner now? Or we wait.
We're gonna wait, bro. What are you fucking talking about?
Okay.
This is supposed to be intimate, special, fucking Troy and Chris time, bro, and you're fucking ruining it, doing God knows what.
Okay, I'm here. What's up, buddy? What do you want to talk about? What is on your mind?
Okay, so I sent you a video on our Facebook Messenger group, just talking about Blade Runner and just like, and I've said it before. I think I said it on one of the first episodes of the season, but you know, I think I asked the question like, what are some things that technology-wise that we use every day that hit you sometimes, and you're just like, oh my God, we're living in the fucking future. I feel like I'm having that more and more every day. I think that we just, if you don't feel it, dude, just look around, man. Like we are literally living in that type of environment, like that of Blade Runner, or maybe not as far. We don't have flying cars. Get it? I get you. You know what I mean? But what I sent you was, and I don't know if you saw it, but it was a video of a robot doing road work, like in Dallas.
Oh yeah. It
was just like this fucking robot that was just like going back and forth doing little road work, and it was like a fucking
yellow robot,
little yellow ass robot, just like out of Star Wars or something, just on the side of the road doing road work. And I'm like at a stoplight, just like, fuck, we are living in the future. We are there. We're there.
Yeah, but that's not the norm yet. When that becomes the norm, I'll say we're there. That is like,
it shook me. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but they don't have like thousands, millions.
No. But
all around.
But they're doing so much road work. Obviously, I live off. I live off of 635. But I'm saying, if you know anything about Dallas, you know 635 is like one of the major highways, and it's 100% always under construction. They're always doing something to it, whether they're adding a lane or doing whatever. But
635 is the hub of North Texas.
That's right. And so seeing that, and then seeing, you know, in other areas of 635, there's actually you know, run bulldozers doing work, but we're not very far from that industry really, man, being overtaken and overrun. I would love to talk to Rusty about that. Actually, I need to call him because he's in contractor and he does a lot of that kind of work, and I'm just curious what he feels about that, because he got into that industry because of the innovations that happened in television production and the fact that they had computer automated cameras. So he had to kind of like pivot and figure out what he was going to do, and he found something that he's always had an interest in, green engineering and stuff like that, and he went that direction. But what I'm saying is just like there's going to be a whole, I mean, so many people are going to be affected whenever these machines continue to develop.
So you're saying that,
like, what are we gonna do? Like, what are these?
There's no more cameramen. The robots.
A lot of them. I mean, I wouldn't say. I don't know what the percentage is, but a lot of them have moved to camera, to digitally operated cameras. So you just program them, or you can even move them. You know, you can have an operator. And so yeah, and so like, you know, and you take that into. You've already seen it in fast food industry, right? You've seen the videos on social media of the little robot bringing out the tray of food to your guest, and you take it off the tray. You know, my industry has been totally, you know, as innovations continue to happen, you know, over time. And so like what I'm saying is like all these jobs that, you know, that a lot of people rely upon are going to go away. So I just don't know what they're going to do. I guess they're going to work at robot factories. And so they have robots to do that. And then what happens then, bro?
Yeah.
It's creepy. It's freaky. I mean, I'm not like thinking like the machines are going to take over and like wage war against us, but I think it's going to be, we're seeing, I mean, I'm just saying like look around you. Like we are living that movie, right? We are in a pandemic. We are, there's civil unrest, you know, there's machines are on the rise. Like, you know, this is a post-apocalyptic movie without the apocalyptic, you know, part of it, right? Like hopefully but then again, like, you know, just like that movie that came out everybody's talking about, you know, it was all about you know, global warming, so there is that hanging over our heads. So I don't know, maybe it is happening, maybe it is all that, you know. Yeah, we are living one of those movies. We're there. We have made it. We are living the future. Is it everything you hoped it would be, Troy?
No.
What did you think you'd be doing at this point? Like, do you think you'd be like swashbuckling in the space? You know what I mean? Like a space trucker or something?
Yeah.
Like we were talking about Space Trash Man. Like we would do something like that.
Yeah. That'd be dope.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I mean, we're not there yet, obviously, but there are rich fucking ass dudes that are flying to space for fun. You know what I mean? There's, you know, like, I mean, even, you know, technology has even affected how we take drugs now, right? Like, honestly, like, you know, I think most people, I feel like one day maybe people won't even be smoking flower. Like, that won't even be a thing anymore. You think that'll ever happen?
I don't know. Maybe if they just
like we'll all just be taking weed pellets. Yeah, like, man, dude, take another pellet, bro. I'm gonna take some pellets, bro. Get a little twisted. Take some pellets. Watch a movie.
Yeah, let's take some pellets and watch a movie, bro.
Yeah, man. Let's fucking take some pellets, bro. Hey, I'm only gonna take a quarter of this pellet, bro. I'm microdosing.
You drinking
beer, we're living the fucking future. No, I'm drinking a
Coors.
Again, we're living in the future. I'm drinking a zero sugar in this, but it tastes so damn sweet. We're living in the future, man. Just like accept it. We are there. And I love it. I love it. I'm for it. I'm here for it. I'm not afraid. You just gotta keep moving forward, man. That's the thing, bruh. You gotta keep on taking chances, man. Just say fuck it. Just keep going. Just keep going. Find the next thing. Enjoy life, bruh. No matter how scary it gets out there, you just gotta keep going, man. Because like what's important? That's what I think I learned the most out of all this shit is what's important, man. What's important to you? What's important to you, Troy?
What's important to me?
Yeah.
My
What's important to
family.
you? Yeah, right? I think that's what comes down to family, friends.
Family and friends.
I think we
yeah.
got a lot of that time back, and then also you realize how hard you could work and it could all just go away anyway. So, what at the end of the day, that's all you got.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for a lot of it though, because I feel like a lot of my relationships are better for it, and that's that's like all the way around. Friendships, family. I think I'm having I'm having one of the best relationships of my life. At least early on, started early, very very young relationship, but the communication and just like all the work I've done as an individual, like that went into that,
Yeah.
I think all that is because of the hardships we went through during this pandemic. I think and we're still going through it, man. Like it feels like it's dissipating, but it's still right there, still tugging away. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We're living in the future.
The future.
So I was just joking with you about the Rogan thing, but that's pretty it's crazy. How do you feel about that? I feel like you're his maybe target demographic now. I don't know if you always were, but you are now. How do you feel about it?
Him using the N-word?
No, just like, do you think? Well, what is your general take on the whole situation? I guess. I mean, all of that. That's part of it. Because he had to make 2 apologies, right? He made 2 apologies. Like, I'll say this, like, he was. I was really into him for a minute. I like the long form interview style, and I felt like he inspired me maybe in a lot of ways to do what we're doing. Hey, what's up, brother?
Dino.
Hey guys,
How's it going, sir?
I got a headache, man.
Oh no.
It's okay.
We got a long night, Dino. You take some.
We'll just take our time. We'll take it slow.
Take some.
Try not to piss me off because I just said I have a headache.
That's true. That's true, Troy.
I'm talking to you, Grits.
Oh damn! Oh no!
Yeah, get him.
We were talking about your favorite topic, Joe Rogan.
I don't think that's my favorite topic.
No, I think it's your least favorite topic. Is what I was saying.
Well, I mean, I'll talk about it.
Yeah. Well, I just think it's interesting, just because, like I was saying, like I think for me, like I really was into it for a moment, and I think it inspired me to kind of to especially maybe not to do this, but inspired like how we did this. Like I think especially in the beginning, we did like really long form, like we had interviews, and it was just like, we're just kind of figuring out what we were doing. But I felt like that there was influences there, but
Here's my thought from the whole thing.
yeah.
If someone decides they don't like you and you're in the public eye, they can find a reason to get you canceled.
Yeah.
End of story. It doesn't matter who you are.
Well, I mean,
no, it doesn't. It does not matter who you are.
I mean, I think well, it depends, I guess. It
Take
depends.
any person's life. Take any person's life.
Yes.
Grab a rat. This is my favorite thing right now. Grab a random 15 minutes. They're either a hero or they're a villain.
You can't say that's a random 15 minutes, dude. Like, you know what I mean? That's extreme.
Minutes.
That's an extreme. You know what I mean? That's
Okay.
not like
how many episodes did they take off of this thing? How
70,
many hours?
70 something.
How many hours?
A lot.
He's been talking for over 10 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
But that's what I'm saying. That's context is everything. Like, that's what he was saying. Context is key.
right? But they didn't.
But
it doesn't matter. I'm not defending him.
No.
I'm just saying people change.
But I don't think he's listening to himself. Context is key. And when you take all these things that you've said over time and you put it all together, I think that's context. And you're like,
Right.
holy
But
shit. I fucking
anything-
said that word for fucking that long.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's a lot, dude. You know what I mean? And so I think that was perspective, at least. Maybe not context, maybe perspective.
But yeah. I'm sure he has a different perspective on.
Yeah,
on
for
that.
sure. Yeah.
But I mean, every week it's something else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just think I don't know. I feel
week
weird
it's
about
something
like comedians
until...
trying to make themselves out to be martyrs though. They're not fucking martyrs, bro. Like, come on. I mean, they're not. You know what I mean? They're entertainment. They're entertainment, dude. They are entertainment.
Right.
That's always been that way, and it's been clouded. It's been clouded because of
here's the thing:
how we.
If you don't like what someone says, walk away.
Yeah, no, believe me, 100%. I'm king boycott. You know, like you know
don't
that.
Like this podcast, don't listen to it.
Exactly, I don't listen.
If you're at a show,
and somebody says something fucked up, walk out. Yeah, I get you. I like that. I do like that.
I mean, that's all there is to it.
Exactly. No, I agree because it's just like you know how you feel. Like I guess
I don't like wearing brown t-shirts. Like any kind of t-shirt.
You cut out, brother. I think you we lost your.
So
there you go. Okay.
That's set all the brown shirts on fire in every store I go to.
Right. Exactly.
But I'm also not advocating to have like hate speech readily available for people. But I don't think that's necessarily what that was.
No, I just think that
it's just ignorance.
Well, yeah, but it's also
on a data file.
Yes, it is. And I think that but also, I mean, what isn't helping his cause though is, and it's hard, like, you know, we don't obviously, you know, our platforms are, you know, obviously we're not in the same ballpark, but like his platform is so big, and I don't think like there's no one that can really truly understand what that pressure has to be like, and to have to be continue to be a normal person and be humble, knowing that many people fucking follow every word that you say.
Right.
You know what I mean?
The problem is that he has friends.
Yeah.
That don't talk that way, but nobody calls him out and says, "Hey."
Because he's a gatekeeper, right?
It doesn't matter, man.
They're kissing he's Johnny Carson now, right?
He also has friends that make fun of him.
Yeah, that's true, but like no one like comes for fucking Rogan though. You know what I mean? Not very many people come for Rogan. It's not like they come for like, you know, like, I mean, anybody else who got canceled.
Somebody comes for him. I read an article at least once a week.
Yeah.
That somebody's
it's not a comedian though.
But it's not one of his friends telling him, "Hey, you shouldn't say shit like that."
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So surround yourself with people that will call you out on your BS.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I've had my friends say, "Hey man, you do some things very well. This one particular part of your life you are very shit at.
Yeah.
So do something else about change your approach."
Yeah, change your approach.
I'm thankful to my friends that do that.
Yeah, like that. It's cliche to say now. I think, well, maybe it is, or maybe it isn't. But I like the saying, you know, like no apologies, change behavior is the only thing accepted. You know, that kind of mentality is like don't
Actions
keep on making
or
just don't keep on making the same mistakes, and then just apologize. Like, change your behavior. You know what I mean? Like, don't just like, oh, okay, I got in trouble, let me apologize real quick, and then keep on doing the same shit.
Yes,
I guess. But yeah.
What kind of quote of the day should we have today?
Well, let's see. It is, we already zipped through fucking January, so we're already in February. So this is Black History.
So you should.
We did Martin Luther King for his birthday. But I don't know. There's that.
X, Muhammad Ali.
I mean, there's so many great quotes.
You should do
Black History
one
Month
from what's his name? The one
or something.
The Ghost of the Mississippi. That movie they made about it.
Oh man, yeah, that's those movies freak me out. I can't watch them, man. They're too intense.
It's about civil rights.
No, this
civil
was
rights
like,
movies.
Different one.
Yeah.
This is like it's like Mississippi Burning, shit like that.
No, this is the story of Medgar Evers. He was assassinated. He was a civil rights activist.
Like those historical movies. It's like who do they make them for? I've heard a comedian say that before, and I agree with that, because it's like those movies are so intense, and I know it's important to to learn history and to see that kind of stuff. And I guess that's why those things are made, to kind of like show you, and like it's so intense. I can't watch them though.
Oh, they made
Yeah.
Passion of the Christ.
Yeah, exactly.
Freaking
Like that
bloody,
was
bloody.
that was like a one watch kind of a thing. I would never who watches that multiple
Yeah, that
times,
was
you know.
weird. I can only watch that one.
I read the book, so I'm good. I
Yes.
You never seen it,
read
Dean?
the book. I know how it ends.
Oh man,
You don't know how it ends.
Well, I read the book too.
To watch that.
You talking about? Yes, I know how it ends. I watched that shit. I love that guy. He's in.
Is that
You
what
just-
you
good for
talking
you.
about Jim Caviezel?
He's the guy that played Jesus.
JC? Yeah, JC. Jim
He's
Caviezel.
in that one movie with what's his nuts?
I know what you.
Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, Dennis Quaid. Yep, I knew what you were talking about. It's about like a radio, and his dad's a cop.
Yeah,
And he somehow
they
talks to
find
his
a
dad in
different
the
time, yeah.
past, and he's
Yeah.
talking to his son in the future through this
Yeah.
ham radio.
and Garth Brooks writes an amazing song.
What if God was one of us?
So when you come back,
Just
to me,
a slum like one of us.
if out on the water.
That should have been on my my
That's
list.
from
last
the.
week.
That's from the Passion of the Christ soundtrack.
Yes. My favorite though is the South Park. Was it God Plus One? Is that what it was? What I'm talking about? They started a boy band, religious boy band. So good. Cartman. No?
God, God plus one.
Basically
Yeah.
Creed.
Yeah. Oh, and that one on HBO. I think we talked about it a little bit on here before. The fake boy band making a band. It was like a.
Star?
It was on MTV. It was a weekly comedy show, and it was like they were fake making. It was like O-Town or something like that, but it was a fake band. It was.
It's not O-Town like that. That was a reality show.
That was a reality show.
O-Town
yeah.
was a
O-Town was
reality
real.
show.
No, this
And
was
fuck
the
yeah,
one
I love
that had
O-Town.
Chris Farley's brother in it and a couple other comedic actors. It was really funny.
Look that up right now.
Yeah, you plus sign me equal sign us. No, remember?
I don't remember there being like an algebraic equation.
Oh, yeah, dude.
In the band. But
Yeah.
Chris Farley's brother. I definitely remember that part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really funny. It's like MTV did
Kevin
some
Farley, right?
Kevin Farley. Yep,
Okay.
it was Together.
I'll
It was
find
called
it.
Together, like Together.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that.
Do you guys get deja vu?
Yes.
I was talking
All the
about
fucking time.
Okay, you do. I don't get it as often as I used to.
I get it every time we talk about the Olympics.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Oh,
because
so
we
when we
always
talk
talk
about
about the same thing. Every time we talk about the Olympics, it always ends in the same conversation.
Yeah.
what Jamaican
Curling.
bobsled team?
Yeah.
Yes, basically.
Cool runnings.
Or curling.
I love curling. The curling.
Everybody
team
does
looks
every year, and then they forget about it. And then they remember
like,
it.
American curling
4
team
years.
looks like fucking a bunch of dads wanting to get away from their wives.
That's right. I read that as well on that meme.
Yeah.
I read that meme.
That's a good meme.
It's a good meme. It's a good meme. Meme of the week. Yeah.
Meme
So
of the
okay.
week?
So okay. My question to you guys: do you remember these deja vu's? Or are they just fleeting moments? You let them go. It's a feeling. It goes away. Or do you like? Does it stay with you? Do you remember specific deja vu moments that you've had?
I don't
No,
know.
right?
I think that they're just like
Feelings.
blips.
Yeah. That's
I
weird.
think sometimes I have dreams about stuff.
Yeah. I was curious because I'm going to start writing it down because I'm curious if my mood has to do with it or not. Like I was wondering
Probably
about
amount
that.
of sleep you have.
Yeah. I was like, maybe if I'm feeling more anxiety, do I feel it more often? Or maybe if I'm happy, do I feel it more? I don't know. Like,
Do you
curious about that.
feel it on the water? Can you feel him?
Oh, wow. Is this a
high
church song?
above?
Wow. We got into a hymn?
You're singing all the Passion of the Christ soundtrack.
Yes, the whole time. Nice. That's what I'll do. I wonder. I'm sure Epidemic has a gospel. We're gonna play
Together
gospel
we
music during the
stand.
pre-show. This is our gospel pre-show. So I went camping, y'all, and it was really great and it was really fun.
Oh
And
yeah.
the people that run the thing is very thoughtful. They're very, very thoughtful. Like the way they designed the little cabins, it's genius. There's just enough space. You don't feel like it's too small. Our campground though was at the bottom of a hill, so you had privacy, which is cool. It was hard to get down there and get up.
It was hard to get down and up.
Yeah.
You didn't get the prime spot.
No, it was. I think. I mean, it depends on what you're looking for. Like, privacy wise, great.
Maybe what'd you wear? Vans?
Oh, you know how I do.
Slides?
You know how I do. I don't have slides, but I was wearing my Vans, or I was
You
wearing
don't have slip-ons?
I don't actually. I don't have. I have slippers. But I don't have any slides. I don't really. I don't.
All
rock
your shoes are lace-ups?
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'm not
Get you some
lazy.
Hiking Crocs.
No. I would never. I don't know. I can't wear Crocs. I got
best.
hiking boots.
Did you go hiking? Yeah, I went with you to get your hiking boots.
They're too big, man. I gotta wear like double, triple socks. I feel like Frankenstein stomping around on these.
Did you wear your hiking boot? Did you go hiking?
Oh, I did not wear my hiking boots. No, it was raining most of the time.
Put wool socks on. That's like 3 layers of socks.
Oh
and you're
yeah,
done.
okay, that's a good point. But yeah, first day, got set up, did some cooking, went to the gas station, got ice, did all that, and then the next day.
And make your own ice out in the woods.
Oh no, but I can't lie, I did not make the fire, but I did.
Wow.
Who made the
Dude.
fire?
Ashley made the fire. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
She's from Oregon. She's from
Did
the
you make
wilderness.
any new skills?
Well,
Like survival skills?
I
Any
cooked. I
new
cooked
ones?
by fire. I cooked with fire. So that means I'm culinary wise. I got it. So like I was able to
I
maintain.
don't think you do. If
Yes.
Ashley wasn't there, you would have starved.
No, they give you a kit. You know what I mean? Like, so it has some kindling in it and everything, and
But
all the wood
that's-
is cut beautifully, and and you just set up the teepee and then get it started, and you're good to go. And so I was able to maintain the fire and do all that. But yeah,
Baby steps, I guess.
exactly. And no, I didn't do any hiking. I'm just like, but I wasn't scared necessarily either. You know what I mean? Because like I think in the past I would have been scared a little bit because it was so dark, and we're out in the woods.
it was
But
dark. Huh? Did you have a flashlight?
we had lanterns and flashlights and stuff. I actually got a little scared though because the wilderness and Remy is a little dog. He's a dachshund. And where she lives right now is in Frisco, and her backyard is like straight out into the wilderness. And she sees like all kinds of like scary, I think, like wild, like bobcats and shit like that, and so she's afraid. That's made her paranoid. And so there was like I think it was like just like a stray cat that was like wrestling around in some dead leaves out, but you can't see anything. It's so dark. But when she was going up the steps, she saw his face, and he like pounced off. It was so scary. And so she was freaked out from that point on. But I wasn't too scared, actually. I felt safe because there's a bunch of them. There's about 30 or so of these cabins spread out over this person's land. But it was very very nice, man, to get away. And it's got that big ass picture window where like basically the whole side of it is a window, which is nice.
Fuck that. Is there? Can you pull shades?
You can, but you kind of want to be up, when you're camping. You sleep in. You do a lot of sleeping in when you're camping. I feel like you get hot, right? Like especially if you're in a tent. We weren't in a tent.
I haven't slept in a decade.
I was gonna
Was
say
it air conditioned?
I believe that 100%.
That's not true.
Was it decade?
Yesterday.
Was it decade? Was it air conditioned?
Oh yeah, 100%. But it was cold, it was like right at the beginning of it was like as the cold front was coming through.
Yeah.
So, but it was warm. We had I just basically sat by the fire for like 2 days. It was really nice.
Y'all didn't have no TV, so what y'all
No.
do? Did y'all play games?
We played some games. Yeah, we played some games and hung out, talked, and had fun and
Stare into each other's eyes and
cuddled and took a heat,
whispered
nice
sweet
nap.
nothings into each other's ears.
Watched the rain.
Read sonnets.
We
to
played
each
this.
other.
We played this game. Basically, it's like the game of life. Like the one with the little spinny thing and all, like the old school game. But it's like updated and it's like, it's got like, you go through some shit. Like it's like you go through some real shit, like hardcore shit. But it's really funny. That was fun. But yeah, it was a good time. And then came back. We went to work, and then like we went through Snowmageddon again. How was y'all Snowmageddon this time?
It was like quick. It was
quick.
1 day.
2 days. 2 days.
Well, the second day it melted away.
Yeah, but did you have to go to work, or were you off this 2 days?
I had to go to work the second day.
I had to go to work the second day too.
Worked the whole way through it.
You did
from my house.
Yeah. That's the only thing. We've adapted now, so you just work from home, right? Like that's the thing. That's the end. No more snow days for us.
The difference was I had a bunch of loud kids running around.
Making it easier, right, to do that work and concentrate.
Where's Jorge?
He's going to come on late.
Yep.
So I know we talked about.
Great show, by the way.
We talked about Rogan at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
So for the quote of the day, I'm going to use somebody else that used the N-word a lot.
Richard Pryor.
Mark Twain.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Oh, we're starting the show. Let's start the show.
Yeah.
To all the naysayers and haters out there who said we'd never make it to episode 78, well, we did it, baby. Woo! The episode starts now.
Welcome to Good Vibes with Chris, Dean, Troy, and Jorge.
Fuck the naysayers, they don't mean a thing.
That's right.
On this week's episode, we have...
Oh, okay. Pre-show over?
Pre-show's over, bro.
Show 1. We're doing 2 shows.
2 shows. This is episode 79.
79.
Let me double check.
It's in the 90s.
Got here a niner. Nope, episode 78. Apologize.
That's what I thought. 78. I thought it was 78.
78.
I said it earlier.
We did. And we are getting set for the quote of the day.
The quotes of the day.
I like the smaller, the abridged version. The first one was way too long. Remember, it had all the quotes, like every quote from every movie ever made.
That was too much.
Too much. The abridged version.
All right.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
The quote of the day is, giving up smoking is the easiest thing in the world. I know because I have done it thousands of times. Mark
So
Twain.
true. So true.
So very
Giving
true
up
as
smoking.
I
Somebody
light
had
up a cancer
exactly.
stick.
You're the last one, man. Last man standing.
do.
You think you're ever gonna
I
quit?
just don't know how.
Yeah. We'll get you that book and see if it helps.
What book?
It's I have the book that
Oh,
I need
yeah.
to give you. I buy books for people on the regular.
Nice.
And then never give them to anybody.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So there's just a couple.
But at least you
I bought a
feel
book-
good.
I bought
How about your
a
book?
I bought a book for a friend in October. They got it last week.
Nice. It's not that bad.
Mm.
I will say
Yeah,
this
you
though.
get
Jorge
that-
mailed me a book from
that
New
book.
York, and it took like he said, I'll send you a book, and I got it in a week. So,
Yeah.
but that's
I didn't
Jorge.
notice Anyway.
I got a postcard.
Very sweet. That's very sweet. Have you ever had a pen pal? I had a pen pal for a moment in time.
I've had a pen pal, yeah.
I wrote a bunch of letters to you guys in boot camp.
I did. I wrote to you too. I drew you some sexy pictures as well.
Yeah. Frightening.
Yeah. I'm a much more learned man. If I had to draw it again this time.
I've written a couple letters since then, but that's pretty much it. I mean,
really?
Yeah, I don't write a whole lot of letters.
I think there's
I usually for
skill in it.
Gift part of Sarah's gift is usually a letter.
That's nice. I think it's very nice.
Or whatever that is. Yeah, that's usually all she wants.
It's hard sometimes. I think. Well, that's one thing. It's on. Even though my relationship's really, really early, I feel like it's really starting off to a good start because I am so much better at intimacy.
Jorge.
I sucked at intimacy. Like I couldn't tell you. Like if you asked me, if you're dating me, Dean, and you're like Dean, or you were like Chris, tell me what you love about me. I just could never say it. Like I just couldn't come up with the words. Like it was just like stage fright. They were just like, because I was really bad at intimacy. And then when I started going to therapy and stuff, it was the opposite. It was just like, I had no filter. So it was just like,
diarrhea.
Truth, all truth. Everything is truth. Here's my truth.
Because you were just afraid to be vulnerable?
I think so. I think so.
That's the main issue with like a lack of intimacy is the fear of being vulnerable to someone.
Yeah. Totally.
The machismo Mexican in him.
Absolutely. I thought intimacy was just sex, right? Like, let's be real. I'm like, oh, what are you talking about? We just had sex. That's intimacy, right?
That's not what
that's part of it. That's part of it, but also part of it is having deep conversations and being vulnerable and
You don't.
Being honest.
Part of that is people censoring the word sex.
Not
and
right.
replacing it with the word intimate.
Yeah.
Sometimes
like
you gotta mix love.
Get it. You have to sing the whole song. Just a couple, like a bar. Just one bar. Maybe one bar.
That was a bar and a half.
That was a verse.
That wasn't a verse. I didn't do the whole verse. I used to jam the shit out of that.
I will say this. Troy is very good at intimacy. That dude is ready to talk about anything.
What you want to talk about?
It don't matter.
Canceling Joe Rogan. That's what I want to
talk about.
Let's we just talked about
that's okay because it wasn't too far. It wasn't that far removed. So go ahead and get your thoughts in.
It's just kind of amazing who we let off and let go and get by. And
is he getting canceled?
No, Spotify is not canceling him because all of that occurred before his contract. So they knew about it and they still gave him a deal. It'd be like Hulk Hogan, right? Like we all know that Hulk Hogan's a huge racist, but that's what they accept about the guy. You know what I mean?
I mean, they do. He's still on TV. He still comes on every now and then. And he says hi and goes about his day.
Exactly. But you look at him a lot differently now. Like, I mean, I don't know.
I just think I'm sorry. Did I mean? I don't think
I guess it'd be different if he's trying to cause people harm. I don't know. Like, is this
I've not heard it. Okay. I think maybe because like that's another thing too. Maybe if you haven't, I think for anybody who's like, oh wait, he said what? Oh my God, that's crazy. Joe Rogan said that shit? Like that, I think that's crazy to me. Because like, again, I know that he's saying he hasn't said this in a long time, but it's also part of who he is. He's almost like Louis C.K. is the same way in that way. Louis C.K. in his act never said the N-word. He always went full N-word. Bravado. It's this like, it's like a whole freedom of speech. It's a whole like you can't cancel a comedian. It's like it's all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, hey man, if you're willing to go there and accept the consequences, albeit whatever.
I just think it sucks, man. I don't know, because like it's just I see both sides because I do like I don't necessarily want to make comedians martyrs, but I will say this: we look to them in times of sadness or peril, like big moments. We sometimes we don't even look for a president to say. We look for that comedian to say something, break the ice, and then everybody's like, okay, we can go back on, right? We can go back on living our lives. And so we put that much pressure on them to do things like that. I don't know.
I'm just
It's
saying.
just
Hey,
it's a double-edged. It's a slippery slope. It's a double-edged sword.
You made your bed. You
I
got to
like
sleep in it.
Ron Funches, Ron Funches, what's her name? Whitney Cummings was like, we are the people that take you on the haunted house ride that is mental health or something like that. Like they take us behind the scenes and they express things that we can't say and they do it for us and that relieves stuff from us. And then I like Ron, what Ron Funches said to that was like, nah, that's not really what I want to do. I want to make people feel good and just make jokes and get paid a lot of money to do it. That's what I want to do. And so it's like all these comedians are kind of like having this discussion now on Twitter and social media. It's just like, what's their responsibility? Like, what is?
Well, there's not a responsibility. It's the consequence, right? It's not even so much dude, if you're going to say that and you're going to make $100 million and you want to go there, you know what you're doing. You're antagonizing people. There's no getting around it. Everybody knows what the rule is. We know who can say it versus who can't say it. It's just it's carnal knowledge. It's common sense.
And that's the
right?
thing.
I bet there's a whole lot of people that don't make even close to $100 million that use that word.
Yes, exactly.
In the exact way that they're not supposed to on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And nothing happens.
Well, I mean, they
don't have a
lost
position
it
of
too.
power. They don't have a position of power.
No, I mean, well, not only that, but all these Karens that are getting canceled, for just
Put a
their
bunch of them in a
behavior.
room, put a white sheet on their head and give them a couple torches and see how much power they have.
Yeah, exactly.
To the person that's walking down the street.
Right. Yeah.
And it's just the times are changing, man. Like you can't do that anymore. It's the times are changing and you got to change with them. So
yeah, it's almost an apology too is saying like it's kind of saying that like, I realize now you can't, I don't think you can get away with that in your apology saying like, I realize now that, things have changed.
Hey.
It's 2020 fucking one. We're in the future. We are living in the future. We are there, y'all.
Yeah. And we still have.
Did you ever say the word retarded?
I did. Yes.
Yeah,
I took it. I had to delete it from a memory post. I saw it on my, yep, I did.
And the F word
Mhm.
and the F word too.
Or
Like,
midget.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
All that stuff.
They prefer little people, Dean.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying the words that are no longer acceptable to say.
No, don't be
Okay,
careful.
we'll
with
go-
that.
Just don't say that.
But I'm
one.
saying these are words that I've
Yes,
used.
yes, I agree with that.
And I'm also saying that something I said 10 years ago or longer.
I should be.
actually,
Yeah,
some
no,
of
I
those.
feel you.
But
yeah.
yeah,
You can't hold me accountable to something that was socially acceptable at the time, I guess.
I know. Well, anyhow, okay. So, I didn't want to belabor this subject.
That's
but
all good.
I figured we'd talk about it and,
For
So
sure.
How are you at intimacy, Jorge? That's what
Yeah.
we were talking about.
We were talking about that.
I'm terrible. I
How
just
are
like
you?
Chris.
I have a lot
Awkward.
of jokes that I want to throw out right now, but I'm not going to because none of them are appropriate.
Okay.
Throw 'em
Okay.
out.
And most of them are about your mother.
Mom
Mom
About
jokes.
My mom.
jokes.
All y'all's moms.
All the moms.
Let's do it. Let's do the mom
No.
joke.
All the mom jokes.
Well, anyhow,
No mom-esque way.
yeah, I'm terrible at it. I probably need to do the therapy, like Chris is referring to, and
I mean, I can't. That's the thing. Like, old Chris would have been like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, you need to do it. You need to do it because it helped me, and it can help you too." And you know what I mean. But I won't say that. I would say it helped me. Maybe it could help you if you want that kind of help. But I think it's good to get. I think it's good to get kind of. That's that's what got the ball rolling for me to get to be able to be cool with being intimate. I guess. And
I
having
take therapy.
I know you do, bro. You
Yeah.
take it.
So
You take it up the butt.
you're
No.
saying that therapy being
That's
telling-
inappropriate, sir.
It's so inappropriate.
So here's the deal. You need to talk to a total stranger to be able to talk to the person that you love the most.
It's so true. Why is that true? Oh, but it is. I feel like it is.
because they don't know, it's almost like a clean slate.
Mhm.
'Cause you pay them not to judge you
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
or to make or to comment
Or to help you, I
their
guess.
opinion,
Or yeah.
their personal opinion. It's only
And I think everything's
constructive
and
criticism.
it's always different, right? Everybody's different. Every therapist is different, I believe. It wasn't like what I saw on TV and like that kind of like what I guess envisioned what it would be like, it was totally different. But I was matched up with somebody that was just like me, and it was just talking. It was like talking to a friend, and I do phone ones. So I don't talk to them in person. It's just over the phone, and that's a whole other dynamic too. It's like fucking Die Hard.
I mean, is it video?
It's like Die Hard. No, I'm literally on the phone with somebody and like telling them my trauma, and we're just like kind of going through it. And it's like it takes you back in time to maybe even when you were young, like when we used to talk on the phone.
I have to see the face so that
You
whenever
do?
I say something that's real jacked up, I can catch their initial facial expression to the reaction.
Yeah. See, I do.
I can't do that.
Face.
I think that's what helped me is because like the face is gonna get me to shut the fuck up and not say it. So I think it helped me to be more honest and open without being having to see that person and just hearing the voice.
You suck at intimacy.
I do, yeah. I did. I'm getting better at it. Then now it's all about timing and just like trying to filter myself. That's the where I'm at now is just trying to like do because like it was like first I didn't talk. Now it's like it was like
now you don't shut up.
Yeah, and now I'm just trying to figure out the right way to let those things out.
I do video chat with my therapist chick, and she's like, she wasn't my original. The original that I had was kind of a hard ass, and she was kind of a bitch, but she was cool. But I ended up going to see her, my one now, for EMDR treatment, which is like PTSD, like treating like it. They use like motion and lights and shit.
Therapy? That's cool.
Yeah. And she was my MDR therapist, and we hit it off, and she's dope. And like it just kind of worked out where she slid over and became my therapist. So, and she, she's helped me with so much. Like if you feel like you need therapy, you do. And if you feel like you don't need therapy, you do. Because it's just something that, I feel like everybody could use a little therapy, make you feel better about yourself.
Well, I could say, man, I've had front row seats to your progress, man. And it's amazing, man. It's pretty amazing. Like I remember the anxiety of just getting back out and to the regular world and then doing just menial shit, man. And you do that, effortlessly now, man. You're back out there, you're doing the job, you're doing stuff. Like it's fucking awesome, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I'll do with therapy. Because she doesn't buy into my bullshit.
Yeah, it's hard sometimes. The people that love you and are around you are sometimes they can be enablers and help you because it's hard to have those conversations. And you need somebody who, like you said, Dean, is an outside kind of independent person that you're paying to fucking call you out on your shit.
Also,
yeah, she's a hard ass.
And then I think also just having some accountability with your
friends,
your group, your friends.
Yeah.
It's a big deal too.
I think so. For sure.
We talked about the goodness of having friends last week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wasn't it last week or the week before when we did Stand By Me?
I tune a lot of everything we say out.
I like I said, I enjoyed the shit out of this show. You guys rocked it. I love the Ninja
You're
Turtles.
Such an ass, Dean.
Loved your pick.
I hope your headache hurts. Asshole.
What did we get any phone calls this week?
Hey,
so I had an idea. Maybe we
did.
should give this phone number to TJ, right? And late at night, whenever all of his bar patrons are wasted, like, hey, call this number and just leave a message. This guy stole from me or something.
Yeah, we could do that. I like that. Or we could
will he do that for us?
Yeah, for sure. But I'm sure he would. 100%.
Like at 2:30 in the morning, but hey, call this number. Just
yeah.
call it.
It'd probably do like a maybe a speaker call. We could talk the whole whoever's still there. All the bar flies.
Yeah.
I love it.
He just has to remember to do it. Like one of us has to wake up like at 2 a.m. and be like, hey, dude, don't forget.
He could be our bar correspondent. We can get him to ask them questions of the week.
Yeah.
If we want to know what we get the pulse of America.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
We just do that.
What is the pulse of America right now?
I don't know if the pulse of McKinney downtown at 2 a.m. is
Yes.
Pulse of America.
Right.
Yeah, it is.
Days
the area.
on a fucking
That is
beat.
the quintessential Americana town is McKinney.
Love
You
it,
know?
man. Love it.
They're from Back to the Future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're trying to get that clock going again.
Save the clock tower.
That's what it feels like,
Save
dude.
the
That's what I
clock
loved.
tower.
That's exactly what it felt like. That's what I loved about that part of town. Is just walking around and hearing the music, and it does feel like Back to the freaking future.
Bum, 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 bum,
Bum,
bum,
bum, bum,
bum,
bum, bum.
I like the towns that have like a reinvigorated square downtown.
Mr. Sandman.
Yes.
Yes. Bring me
Hey,
a dream.
one bar.
Well, you have to let me finish the bar.
One bar at a time.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream.
No, that's like again. That's you're doing a verse. So okay, let's get into a little TV sucks because there's some shit. Sucks because there's some show that has been happening that I was trying to remember if we've actually talked about it. I don't think we really have had an opportunity to talk about it yet. And I actually haven't even started watching it yet. And I'm sure you guys are
Big Brother.
I bet you guys are caught up. No. It's got to be the Boba Fett, the Book of Boba Fett, right?
Book of Boba Fett. Yeah.
I'm not.
You're not caught up yet? Like, have you started or?
Jorge is not.
I know. I haven't even started yet.
You haven't
I'm not
watched any of
caught
it?
I haven't started
None
one
of you guys?
episode. Not
No.
one episode yet.
I started the first 5 minutes and saw the Sandman take him, the Sand People take him, and then I turned it off.
Wow. Okay. That's harsh.
Okay.
Harsh critic. Well, I saw what was in I guess the latest or whatever. I don't know if it's the
That's the last episode.
last episode. Wow, holy crap! I'm definitely gonna watch the shit out of it now.
Okay.
That was so cool.
What is that? The 6th episode?
6th episode. Yes, 6th
Okay.
episode.
So the first 4 episodes are nothing like that.
Okay.
The 5th episode is my favorite one so far, and it
Yeah.
also does not actually
Have all the
any
stars.
of Boba Fett in it at all.
Really?
Yeah, it's a Mandalorian story.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then the 6th episode is dope.
It's dope. It's like who's who,
It's got all,
bro.
it's got all the stuff,
It's got all the stars,
all the things.
all the stars and all the things, all the wars and all the stars. They align.
Well, we'll have to check that out now that you're here and you see.
Yes. Okay. One more thing before I give up the stage. There's another thing that I watched and I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about it. It's a new movie on Hulu, and it is fucking crazy.
Tommy?
Something about death.
Tommy.
Die. What is
Oh.
it? Hold on. I'm looking it up. It's brand new.
That I have not started yet.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I haven't been on Hulu this week.
So like it's like we're now fucking hitting this generation of filmmakers who are influenced by like stuff that came out when we were younger. You know what I mean? Like people that are influenced by like Wes Anderson, or people who are influenced by like Guy Ritchie, you know, and it's crazy. There's this new movie that just came out. I'm trying to pull up my Hulu so I can just fucking find it. But it's like basically it's like if you take like Romeo and Juliet and you take The Losers and put it together. And so it's like real slick camera work stuff.
This came out on Hulu, you say?
Yeah.
No Exit. Sex Appeal.
It's got motherfucker.
I don't know, dude.
Okay, well, while you're thinking of it, I
Son of a
saw this
bitch.
movie on Netflix called The Tinder Swindler, and it was an excellent movie, and you should all watch it, especially the ladies, because whenever they swipe and they meet a guy, and you know, it's vice versa too, right? Girls can swindle dudes out of money. I feel like it happens more so to guys than it does to women. But this
It happens to
one
both.
had like hundreds of thousands of dollars taken, and that movie came out like last Wednesday, and that dude went Instagram. He went radio silence, and it's funny, man. You know, the dude was swindling, and he got caught, and he did serve a little time, but he just got out and started doing it again, and now he's internationally famous as the Tinder Swindler.
The Tinder Swindler. Yeah, is that good?
Great. It's a great movie. It's a must watch for anybody and everybody. You know,
Must watch. So I have been watching what?
Nothing. I'm frustrated because I can't find this fucking movie. You should be able to look at what their fucking
Bad
movie
Hair.
lineup is.
What's
What?
it?
So
Bad Hair,
No, it's about shooting and death.
Books of
Two-
Blood.
It's two families. It's like literally. Here, I'll look it up. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Troy.
Ghosts is always awesome.
Yeah,
You
on
need to watch
CBS
Ghosts.
or Paramount Plus.
So me and my wife have been binging this show called, it's an old show on ABC Family called Greek. And it's actually a pretty good show. It's like a comedy drama, but it's about fraternities and sororities, and there's a lot of it's called Greek.
oh, I think I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
that's on
pretty good
Freeform. Is that on Freeform or something?
Yeah,
Greek?
it's
Yeah, I used to be on the Family Channel.
ABC Family. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
good show, bro. It's a good little show.
Yeah, I
like it.
watched 3 seasons of it
Yeah,
back when it
I
first
mean,
came out. It is pretty good. It's pretty funny.
there's only 4 seasons, but
Yeah, I don't think I watched the last season.
Hey, FYI, the Tinder Swindler has been banned from Tinder dating apps. So just an FYI that if you were trying to date him.
Yeah, but there's people that still do that stuff. It's still probably a good
Yeah.
warning
I'm just
to
saying
people
that
out
he will
there.
never be able to strike on Tinder again. Unless he is catfishing. What else did I watch? I watched Silverado.
Yeah, that's gonna be for later.
Yeah.
Good job.
and Silverado and Blade Runner, because we're doing a double show tonight, George.
What?
Yeah, we're doing
Yeah.
double show tonight,
I
Jorge.
didn't know we were doing double show.
Yeah, we're doing it for the because next week is Valentine's Day.
Oh damn.
I got a new show that I watched on Netflix called Murderville, which I was very excited when I heard about. So it's got Will Arnett from Arrested Development fame, and he has a guest every week. He is a
Sorry, I distracted you.
he's a detective. He's the senior homicide detective place in LA. And he has a guest that he is a rookie that he is training in every episode. And that guest has no script.
Yeah, and the guest tries to figure out who the killer is. It's really fucking fun.
And it was awesome. I watched all of them.
Hilarious.
Want to highlight one especially surprise, very good guest would be Marshawn Lynch.
Oh my God, that was my favorite one too. So good.
He came in with some ideas that were awesome, and just that episode was a pleasant surprise. And I would say I did laugh. I was crying tears though during the first episode when Will Arnett is taking Conan to a restaurant and they have to question the waitress. He orders a jalapeno sloppy Joe kind of sandwich and then douses the whole thing in hot sauce, and they make him take a bite while he's trying to figure out himself how to question this waitress, and that was pretty funny.
That stupid fucking movie that that Hulu doesn't do a really good job of publicizing is called Die in a Gunfight. It came out in 2021, and it's really good.
By the way, just so I know, because I don't know, what are the
Travis
three?
Fimmel.
Yep.
That's on one of the. He's an actor on the show that I'm about to talk about.
Oh, cool.
Raised by Wolves on HBO Max.
Yes.
The
Is it
second
good?
season. Here's what I will say.
This is hard. This is hard sci-fi. Yeah.
This is the hardest of sci-fi.
Yes.
Like I watched The Foundation. I said, "Hey guys, this is good," and I think everyone could enjoy The Foundation if they sat down and gave it a chance. They would find some really good stuff in there. I would say that Raised by Wolves is the opposite of that. It is real wild.
Yeah, I would say that it is. It's like the most confusing. Sometimes it's like Green Knight. Like that's the thing. People can say Green Knight is a great movie, or it's fucking boring and shitty and nothing happens.
So one thing that I also do with a lot of these HBO shows that I really enjoy, and I did with The Foundation, is I listen to the supplemental podcast with they have the creators. Peacemaker has one called Potty, the Peacemaker podcast, because his eagle is eagly.
Yeah. Potty.
Anyway, yeah. They have James Gunn on there, and he talks about stuff. So the Foundation has a great podcast. The podcast for Raised by Wolves, the first season, had scientists that develop artificial intelligence come on to try and explain that. They had all the, it was like here's the science behind the stuff we're doing. This is
basically
executive produced by Ridley Scott. So think about how crazy Promethean is.
What do you call that when something realizes that they're
sentient,
self-aware? Is that what it is? Self-aware?
Yeah, self-aware sentient beings.
Sentient beings. Yeah, that's what it's about, basically, right? Like, sort of.
No,
that's a catalyst, anyway.
That's
the catalyst.
Definitely something that they talk about.
Yeah,
it's definitely a driving storyline, but there's a lot, just a whole lot. There's religion, geopolitics.
Well, part of what the pre-show that me and Troy were kind of chatting about was I sent you guys a video in our Facebook chat that had a little robot doing some road work on the side as I was at a stop sign.
I feel like the future is here.
Yes, dude. Like it is. Like, and that's the thing that it just keeps on coming back to mind. Like,
you're on the precipice.
We are living it, bro. Like, we are living it. It is here. Like,
yeah. Well, just think about what we're doing now. This is kind of Max Headroom-esque.
Oh yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Dude, we don't even need to go.
If I wanted to, I could do this. I could put this through my projector and have it on my wall. I could totally do that if I really.
Did I send you guys that documentary on YouTube for the Max Headroom? Did any of y'all watch that?
Yeah. I watched it.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
It was actually really good. But all this to say, dude, imagine if we had to get in our cars and go somewhere to do this show. Dude, we wouldn't have survived.
No way.
This would not have survived it.
Well, yeah. And then I was just thinking the menial jobs are we've seen it also implemented even in fast food restaurants with the little robot that brings the food, on the little tray, then you grab it,
Domino's have some drones,
all this
droids,
stuff,
pizza droids.
Yeah, but that also might be good. That also might be good stuff too, right? Because people need a reality check, and they need to stop treating people like shit. So maybe it is time for robots to bring.
Because you're gonna miss the little fucking 16 kid that you used to love to yell at the counter is not gonna be a fucking boring ass robot. You can't really get the satisfaction of yelling at.
I want to speak to your manager. Bitch, kiss my ass.
Yeah, do not compute, does not register.
It just prints out a free hamburger ticket.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I have the three of a kind.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Okay, yeah.
In honor of the Super Bowl, we are doing our favorite 3 halftime shows.
I love it. Yes. That's a good one. Very, very good one. Fuck yes. And I just kind of mentioned that I listened to y'all's episode last week. It was really awesome. I love really digging movie of the week. So I'm ready to go ahead and jump right into the movie of the week this week, Dean.
Wait. I know we have more to talk about, but I want to get these in before.
Okay, yeah. No worries.
Let me pull up my notes here. Dadgummit. Talked about Murderville. The other thing I wanted to talk about for this episode is Moses Storm's stand-up special on HBO. It's called Trash White. It's based on his real life. The presentation is awesome. Conan O'Brien is executive producer. It's really good. Really good.
I want to watch that, and I want to watch the Aziz Ansari.
The Aziz Ansari one's only 30 minutes, so that's a quick watch.
Yeah, I want to watch that one too. I just saw his joke about. Well, I don't know if it was a joke. I guess it was social commentary, really.
About what we just said about treating people like shit.
Yeah. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
And just how and like the scope of what we don't really understand. Like the government had enough money to send everybody a check for 2 years. Like, holy shit. You know, like that's like, whoa. God damn.
Yeah. And there's still 900,000 people dead. Like,
fuck yeah. It's crazy.
I mean, that's incredible.
That's what I'm saying, bro. We're living in that future. The only thing that's different is we haven't had like the apocalyptic moment yet. This isn't post-apocalyptic.
I feel
this
like
is pre-apocalyptic. That's what it
is.
is.
Ukraine shot a rocket into Russia yesterday or the day before.
Yeah.
So
pre-apocalyptic.
We're on the precipice, guys. And that's why, you know, we might as well create something that's going to live in the future as well.
Exactly,
you know?
Yeah.
What if they somehow, what if this is like prehistoric, like drawings on the cave, right?
Yeah, right. They're like,
whenever they do find our planet, they're going to be like, what is this? Oh my gosh.
These four guys must be some great thinkers. They gave them a huge platform to talk.
Yeah.
That'd be so sad. So sad for the existence of the future if this is what they find.
But also, but think about how much of an investment in the future this is. Like, I mean, God willing, we're doing this 20 years from now.
Sure, yeah.
Do you know how valuable our footage is going to be?
Well, I feel like 20 years from now, we're either going to be space trashmen, or it's going to revert back in time. And we're going to be running the Pony Express.
Three of a kind.
One of the two things is going to happen. So I got to learn how to ride a horse. I think that's the direction we're going.
Well, here's the thing too, is that for the next three of a kind, we need to make our best three predictions for the year 2050, you know?
Ooh, I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
They used to do that when we were kids, right? Like you would like, what do you think? You know? Yeah. So let's do that. I like that. We're saying 50 years from now, we're saying when we're 50.
When we're 50. Yeah.
That's 10.
Hey, don't think, I mean, dude,
10
can
more
you believe
years.
it that like
10 more
2008 is when the first iPhone came out?
See, that's what I'm saying. Like in the last 10 years, there's been a whole heap of fucking innovation.
But it's all based on technology that was come up with between the 20s and 40s. Think about that.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is conception.
All the technology we have now that's crazy out of this world is all based on theories that came up in the 20s and 40s.
Well, I'm saying the time between inception and conception is diminishing. I mean, think about when Star Trek had,
because we have better technology to make more better technology, right? Like 3D printers and stuff that helped us make better things. And
when Spock was like, "Beam me up, Scotty," and then flipping it back, we're like, "What an idiot! What a big dummy!"
Another catalyst is Chinese labor. Cheap labor, no longer made in America.
Well, I tell you what, there's going to be a shift because in China, their workforce is aging rapidly. And because they could only have one child, now they found themselves in a problem of not having enough children. And now they're asking people, hey, now y'all can have 2 or 3 children. We'll give you credits. So they really screwed themselves by doing that, making that limit for one baby family.
Why don't they just like, get more land?
No, you don't understand. China said
you have more people.
China said you can only have one child.
No, you can't get more land. That's how you start wars, right? Like that's the whole thing. That's what people
do. And we are going to start. And eventually when we go to space, we're going to have Star Wars, right?
Star Wars. That's right, bro.
That's why we have the Space Force already in process.
Yeah, and that's why we're slowly developing here at Good Podcast Network.
And we're sending something to the
place.
moon,
We are going to be space trash men. So
something's landing crashing into the moon this week.
What is it? Do we know?
A rocket. an out of control rocket should be crashing into the moon from SpaceX.
That's messed up.
Well, Moonfall coincidentally came out this week.
Did you get any? Did you walk into the theater and watch any scenes?
No, man.
I heard it's a fireball of hot messness.
I bet it is. I think
that
people are liking Jackass, and I think Jackass is probably a fireball hot messness too.
On
But
I
purpose.
love Jackass.
people are loving it though. I think it's the nostalgia factor.
Was it really funny?
Well, you know what it is? Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I saw one of my friends post something on social media, and
Uh-huh.
he's a little bit younger than us, and he was like, "Man, I'm in my 30s, and I'm realizing, and I'm not mad about it, but I'm realizing that Johnny Knoxville is probably my childhood hero." And I was like, "Man, that's awesome. That's true. I think it's true." I think people try to hype up, because like, do you ever talk about that? Have you ever asked people like, "Who's your hero?" You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
I think some people try to like say somebody, like they try to come up with somebody like, who's your real hero? If you had to come down to it, do you have a hero? Do you have a hero?
do I have a hero?
Yeah. Do you all have a hero? And if you have a hero, who was that hero? Or who was your hero growing up? Maybe.
I think some of my heroes have changed over time.
Yeah, for sure.
Someone that I really admired in my 20s.
Lived too long and became a villain.
No, did not live too long. They just killed themselves,
Oh no.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And so, like I used to think Hunter S. Thompson was was like a hero of mine. So, let's see who else. Chris Cornell, Robin Williams.
Oh God. Kurt Cobain.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
it changes. As
Yeah.
Meatloaf was a hero of mine.
As they age out, as they say. in the
Sam
business.
Kinison.
Meatloaf was a
Sam
huge.
Kinison.
Meatloaf, Pauly Shore, Snoop Dogg.
I think you're the only person that got my joke.
Oh,
Meatloaf. Oh my goodness.
Excuse me.
For me, it was Wes Anderson. Probably was a big one for me. What about you, Jorge?
Michael J. Fox. He was my hero.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
I was just like, man, he's the one that I feel like the most.
Mm-hmm.
So
the one that I rock with the longest is Corey Feldman.
Yeah, dog. I can see
Corey
that.
Haim, Corey Feldman.
I can see
Those
the
are my guys.
influence. I can see the influence in your style. Maybe do you pull in a little bit? Do you have a fedora? I need to get you your first fedora. I rock a fedora. Not really. It's not a fedora. It's a pork pie hat, but it's like on the verge of it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes my mom actually got me a hat for Christmas, and it was like a straight up fedora. And you be nice, and you say, "Oh my God, thank you so much." But inside, I'm just like, and then she said, "I saw this hat." She's like, "I saw this hat, and it just looked like you." And I was like, "I wish you didn't say."
Yeah,
that.
because you have so many weird hats.
I do have weird hats, but they're not like fucking fedoras. Though. Come on, let's be real.
yeah, you're
They
not
are
trying to
like
be an
fedoras. They're like a different shaped fedora.
Pork pie hats are different.
Barely. You can get a fedora and make it look like a pork pie hat pretty fast.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, man. I would love to rock a fedora, but I'd have to be like in a suit.
Yeah.
I
do
definitely had
like-
a fedora in junior high. That
I
I
do like
wore.
rocking that. I'm doing the old school like polos and stuff like that. I got some stuff coming in the mail. I can't wait.
Like
that
I would
shit.
want to freaking
Vintage.
look like Dick Tracy or something.
Yeah, I want to look like the Rat
But
Pack,
that's not a fedora. Is that
but like
a
not the
fedora?
Rat Pack on
Yeah.
That's a
stage.
fedora. Yeah.
I like the Rat
Tracy
Pack,
uses a
but not the Rat
fedora?
Pack on stage. The Rat Pack that's like hanging out at the pool or like hanging out in the smoking lounge. You know what I mean? Like after the show, before the show.
Yeah. I will say though, when I was in New York, that shit was pretty freaking cool, watching people with fedoras and stuff walking the streets.
I mean,
I
it's
was
a
like, man,
fine
that's pretty
line, dude. It's a fine line. It can look really, really cool or really, really uncool. Like,
Well, it's just like they weren't out of place though. Like if I'm in Texas here and I wear a suit with a fedora,
Yeah.
people can be like, man, who is this dude?
Mhm.
This dude over here trying to be all friggin' Clark Kent.
I think I'm gonna get a fedora.
Yeah.
To show you guys.
How cool it can be.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
getting a fedora. You get
Dude,
that
Michael
fedora.
Jackson.
You be the one that evolutionized this podcast.
Hey, I was wearing newsboy hats
He
long
was. He was.
before they were not cool
Newsies.
anymore.
Newsy
Do you
hats.
know what'd be fun for the show one day? Troy, will you let me do a makeover?
What?
We could do a makeover for each other. Like you dress me, I
Yeah.
dress you
Yes.
for an
yes.
episode.
Yes.
I'm gonna make you look so good, bro.
I'm gonna make you look so good, bro.
It's gonna be like you like if it was a TV show, like you'd come out and people would be like, it would be like a round of applause. Like they would be like clapping it up.
I'm gonna put lipstick on you.
If it was like if Alex was there, she'd cry. You know, it's gonna be that shocking of a difference.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds accepted.
I'm excited.
Can I shave your beard?
No. You already made me that one time when I lost that bet.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a fucking technicality.
Yeah.
It's for another day. All right, let's get into. Or did you have anything else before we get into the movie of the week?
Nope.
All right.
The movie of the week. Tonight on the movie of the week.
Right. Dean, this was your week.
It was. And I chose the movie Silverado from 1985. Directed by Lawrence Kasdan. Starring Kevin Kline, Scott Glenn, Kevin Costner, and Danny Glover as the 4 leads. Also starred Rosanna Arquette, John Cleese, Brian Dennehy, Jeff Goldblum, Linda Hunt.
So many fucking people.
A lot of people, yeah.
And this came out what time? What year?
1985.
Yeah, yes. This was the prequel to Urban Cowboy.
Okay, when did Young Guns come out? Like, was that?
That was like 1987, 1988.
This is significantly better than Young Guns. I think this is the best Western of the 80s, maybe.
No way.
It's really
of the 80s.
It's really star-studded. It's really star-studded. It uses like the rules, like, you know what I mean. It opens up with that beautiful spaghetti western
came
shot.
out in 1988. Yeah,
that's my favorite shot in westerns. Is the inside the cabin. You open the door and you go out into the epicness of the frontier. It's like,
did anyone
so
feel like
big.
while they were watching this movie, it just jumps from like adventure to adventure to adventure? Like, this could have easily been like a
series,
a 10 episode series.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Because it was like nonstop, like action story. The soundtrack is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Bon Jovi does the soundtrack.
One of the only movies Jeff Goldblum is the antagonist.
The bad guy?
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. In 4th grade, we had a country western cowboy day at school where we dressed up as cowboys. And I was highly...
In your head, you were him.
Highly inspired to be Jeff Goldblum. I had a knife in my boot. And I had a Derringer up my sleeve.
Oh my god!
Nice little ribbon thing.
To school?
And I wore a suit.
You had a knife. You had a real knife in your boot.
No,
plastic knife and a fake Derringer.
Fake Derringer. It had an orange tip. It had the orange tip.
I don't think they had to have orange tips back then.
Not then. Nope.
Because I definitely know some kids showed up with some still capped up Red Ryder BB guns.
Ooh, nice.
That had not been modified yet to be.
Damn.
Fully functional.
Back in the country,
everybody had double revolver cap guns.
Ooh, nice.
Remember those double holsters, like the ones that Kevin Costner wears in this movie?
No, sir, I do not remember them. I wasn't allowed.
Can you spin the guns? Because I used to love spinning the guns.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was a big deal. I mean, you know, it was out in the country, small town.
Is this like? It's
kids
gotta
would
be
show
like
up with lassos that they knew how to use when they were in like 4th grade. They could do
tricks.
They could rope the dummy steers with the hay bales with the horns stuck in them.
Yeah, let's get
Is this Kevin Costner's first movie or second movie?
I believe it's his first movie. It's definitely his first Western.
So
5 years later, he would go on to direct Dances with Wolves.
5 years later,
wow,
came out in 1990.
Shit, dude.
Yeah,
that's insane, dude. 5 years.
In 5 years, yeah. So this movie came out the same time as Back to the Future. So it did not come in first in the box office.
Yeah,
but it
sure.
did make total gross was 32 million.
What's the name of the cowboy that was an urban cowboy as well, as Jorge pointed out? And he was also in Backdraft, that guy.
Guy with the scar face.
Plays Stick. He plays Stick in
Tyree, the guy that plays Tyree on Silverado. Jeff Fahey.
Is that his name?
The blue-eyed guy that's crazy.
The one that's the tough dude who like takes up for the kid.
Brother.
Scott Glenn.
The brother.
Scott Glenn.
The older brother. Okay, yeah, Scott Glenn.
Yeah,
Urban
dude.
Cowboy.
I mean, there's no one tougher than that fucking guy in that time.
Nobody.
Like, in the
In
mid
this
80s,
movie, he's
in the mid 80s,
he's tough.
In the mid 80s, that was the toughest son of a bitch walking on the planet, bro. Like,
Yeah.
like
Nobody
same thing.
messed with
Urban
him.
Cowboy. He was the bad version of him, right?
Yeah.
It was the same character.
He was
just
Alan
the bad
Shepard in
version.
The Right Stuff.
Yeah.
He was in Hunt for Red October.
Backdraft. He was a badass in
Silence
Backdraft.
of the Lambs.
Yes. He's awesome, man. He's so talented.
Who are we talking
Yeah,
about?
and he is the ultimate tough guy in this movie too.
He really is.
Oh man, I've whenever they're doing they're getting the cash box back from the stagecoach that gets robbed, and the one guy sneaks up onto the thing and ends up shooting the guy from the whatever the Oregon Trail people.
Uh-huh.
He shoots him. They all at the same time.
Yeah,
Shoot
yeah.
All at the same time. Pow!
Bam.
That's like establishing all these dudes are fast and
They're badass. These are the baddest ass dudes on and they're all together somehow.
and they're so smart and clever. They're smarter than everyone. They're faster than everyone.
Yes. Marksman. Dude, Danny Glover shooting the guy in the hand from like the top of the fucking. That was sick. He had the long rifle. He shoots him from in the hand when they're.
My favorite part is when they're in the cave and he's like, "You need to take one of these pistols," and he's like, "This ought to do."
Yes.
So baller move with the
Danny Glover was a
double
badass.
bandoliers of the shells.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
then John Cleese was a really good little smarmy guy.
well, yeah.
And I did not remember him being in there.
You did not? Oh, he's one of my favorites.
I did not remember him being in it. No. And then Kevin Kline, man, he is such a great actor too. And he does like the whole like I love his bit when we get introduced to his character and he goes for his hat and his hat's gone. And he goes for his gun and his gun's gone.
And then he runs in and buys the gun.
Yes. And he's loading the fucking terrible gun. Like he gets shot like 4 times and then finally gets shot in his like long underwear. Like
luckily they're baggy.
They're baggy.
Man, can you believe that though? That some people used to get shot and they used to just deal with it.
Oh yeah. Right? Hell yeah.
Wow.
Like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I used to fantasize about that as a kid is being like, I used to love Westerns. I still do. But like being the fastest gun in the West and stuff. Like, I guess I was fascinated with weapons at a young age because I never got to play with those cap guns and all that shit you were talking about.
Yeah.
And so like, man, I wanted to be the fastest gun in the West. Now I can't, I still to this day haven't really truly seen one up close. So I'm like a pacifist. I don't like guns.
Never seen a gun up close?
Not really. I saw like one time at a party, this guy brought one and that was weird because he wanted like somebody to take a picture with it. And that was like a whole weird thing. I'm like, whatever. That was weird. And then I've seen one, but never up close. Yeah. That was the closest I've ever been to a real gun.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen one on like cops and stuff, like in their holsters, but
yeah, but that doesn't count. You can't.
But yeah,
that's not a revolver. That's
the thing. That's
not a Western gun. You want a Western?
No, yeah, I want a Western ass revolver, and I've never had desires to ride a horse, but I definitely had desires to be the fastest gun in the West and to shoot someone dead in the street.
Wow. Whoa.
Yes.
Easy there, psycho man.
Yes, and then I wanted to like cheat at poker and have sex with a prostitute at a brothel. So basically Westworld, I would love if Westworld was a real thing.
God.
Have you never
I would go there.
Busno?
Not I rode it was like at a petting zoo inside of the mall over there, Garden Ridge, whatever that mall was back in the day. Call it like Spring Creek Mall or whatever.
Right, over by my house.
Yeah, there, I rode a horse in there, sort of. They walked it. I just was on top of it.
You could definitely ride a horse through there now, no problems.
Yeah, there ain't nobody over there.
Yeah, just
There ain't nothing in there.
I think that what they should have done was they should have turned it into a skate park. I mean, that's just. I remember being a kid and being like, "This would be a sick ass skate park," because there's like.
Well, they'd have to take down all those signs that say no skateboarding.
Yeah, because it's like all rails. It's all rails. It's all like ramps. It's like it's literally a skate park with stores in it.
I think the same architects designed the new Allen High School as well.
Oh, really? Oh, I guess
if you think about it, it looks. Didn't it feel like a mall when you?
Yeah, it definitely felt like
through there.
A mall or like a community college is what I kind of akin it to.
Yeah, which is probably.
Man, looking back, I wish I would have gone to more community college during high school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or when I started paying, or just going to the classes at all when I started paying for it. Like such a waste.
No
Do you know
kidding,
how much money I wasted like on school that I didn't go to? Oh God, I don't even think about it.
I know, bro. Well, that's what I'm saying, man. I wish, I'd do it all over again. In a heartbeat. I wouldn't.
So like that's what you do if you got if you got to go back in time. That's what you'd focus more on. Like is like your studies. Is that like what you do? Is that the wrong you'd write?
Well, no. I wouldn't necessarily focus on my studies. I would have taken advantage of like community college because I wasn't smart by any stretch of the imagination, and I would have definitely learned more skill. I wouldn't have done the PALs.
You would have got more out of it by smaller classes.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done the PALs. I think I probably would have still done cheerleading because I needed to use the DJ equipment. So there was no kind of escaping that. Like I had to do that, you know?
Like, I feel like if I would have gone back,
that one elective you wouldn't have taken.
Yeah. I feel like I would have gone back. If I could go back, I would have just gone to alternative school. Honestly, I just feel like it would have been better for me. Like, I just think that I wasn't down for school, man. It's not,
bro. Like if you could have devoted all your time into broadcast journalism.
Exactly. And that's what I did. But at the sacrifice of all my other classes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean,
I literally stopped going to all of my classes and just went to the studio every day. Like I just was like, I'm done. I'm done.
But is that so wrong? You know, like you were learning.
No, because like you can go to magnet schools, like, but I mean,
you were already double blocked,
right,
for half a day to be there anyway.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, and I did like a 0 period for my English class. I did a lot of stupid things, and then like I found out that you could just test out of it, and I was like, "What the hell? I don't even have to be here. I could just test out of all this stuff."
Yeah, Mobile's actually paying for classes this summer so that she can get some. Her senior year, she can get some certifications and things.
Nice, that's smart.
So she's paying to take summer classes.
Wow. See, like kids are different these days, man. They're built differently.
Yeah.
My nephews did the same kind of stuff too.
It's because the parents are telling them now, like, stuff. Look, man, here's what my student loans look like.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's my paycheck, and here's what part goes to my student loans. So, do you want college credits for free? Do you want to go to community college, which is significantly cheaper?
But they're walking out of college though, also making like
nothing.
I don't know. Like my I don't know.
It just depends. There's like some people that make. Like
I found out what he was making, like coming out. Like this is his first job, dude. Like that's the crazy. This is his first like real job. It's like, whoa.
Really, he was making good bank.
Whoa, yeah.
Hey, what's he doing?
Like marketing.
Oh wow.
So, I don't know, man. That's what it is.
I mean, hey, listen.
College degrees, bro. That's why you go. That's why you pay all the money. That's why you do all that stuff, right?
Yeah, I will say that it helped me out, a lot. Like, helped me get good gigs and stuff. So I mean, I can't knock it. But
that's
I also
the thing. You got to devote either your time to working. And just devote all that time to like climbing up something, or you got to go to school.
Yeah, I know it's stunk. I mean, I'm grateful for the opportunity and everything, but I'm just happy that community college was an option, man.
Yeah.
And it sucked too, because everybody, I remember there was church, a good at St. Jude, and everybody was talking about where they were going to college. And I felt embarrassed because I was like, I'm going to go to Quad C. But my old man was like, no. Tell me you're going to North Texas, because that's ultimately the end goal. And just, that's where you're going to end up. But yeah, no, I told a few people that I like, they're like, oh, where you going? I was like, community college. Oh, you're going to dummy college?
Whoa.
Yeah, it was fucked up. It was
They'd
fucked
say
up.
13th grade or something like that. I've heard
Yeah,
that.
they're like, oh yeah,
13th
University of Quad
grade.
C. And there were some
13th
people
grade.
that I saw that flunked out, or they had to come back. They couldn't hack it, right? But I always knew that going to Quad C was in the cards. That was my only play, So why even try to be in the honor roll and AHS and NHS like all these other cats are doing? Like, that's dumb. Like, to me. And I remember I had one calculus teacher that was asking me, why aren't you going to go? Because I'm really good at calculus, dude. I was taking honors calculus and ace in that mug. And she was like, why aren't you going to take it your senior year? And I'm like, why? I don't need the credit, but you can use it for I'm like, no. All right. I'm not Goodwill Hunting. Okay. Like, I'm not going to get some scholarship and all of a sudden, no, like that's not in the cards. Like, this is my destiny, is to go to community college. The experience
Get
was
it
great.
done.
The experience was great at Quad
I think
C.
some of the best classes I ever took out of all of my college experience was at junior college.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's the stuff I learned in those classes than anything else.
Yep. Yeah. Like my government team.
Even
was
classes
in
I didn't do
college.
great in, I still use the stuff that I learned in those classes in community college. Went to a 4-year school, which I did not do good at. And I took one of the television classes I took there whenever I actually got a job at a television station. The only reason I was thankful for that class is because they had 2 weeks that we learned how to do reel-to-reel editing, which I had learned the basic concept of working at the movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have 2 beta decks that Allen High School surely did not use.
We had them though. We messed with them for a little bit.
We had the SVHS decks, right?
Yeah, SVHS decks. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like basically reel to reel though.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
But but whenever the TV station that I was working at moved to nonlinear editing, I was one of the only people in the newsroom that had ever done it before.
But even that's the funny thing though. Even nonlinear editing at the time was still reel to reel in a way. You still had the decks.
Well, you had to import.
Yeah, you digitize it. You
Dude,
digitize
that used to take so much time, bro. Like you filmed it.
Stuff? Oh my god!
It took as long as it took. As long as you had filmed, is how long it took to digitize it.
Yeah.
And then we had to
put it in and play.
And then we had to pray to God that we had enough memory.
That's why that's why it was so necessary to do and that's the thing. That's why we had those other bays. So that way you could take basically you had to pre-edit what you wanted to edit.
Yeah.
So you had to pre-edit the chunks of bits that you wanted to put together, and then you would put that on a tape, and then you would digitize that, and that would save you some time. But
all right. Yeah. So good talk.
Silverado.
Yeah, let's just go. Let's just go through this. Does anyone have any thoughts about Silverado?
Good movie. Gonna watch it again. A lot of things that I need to rewatch to understand, but it was a great movie.
For me, it just made me appreciate, it just reinvigorated or kind of let me reminded me why I love Westerns so much. That's what it is.
Yeah, I miss Westerns, and I love Danny Glover.
Danny Glover's so good. I would, just like you in elementary school, we had a day where we got to be you could be any person you wanted to be, and you wrote that name on a sticker and you put it on your chest, and that day you were that person, any celebrity you wanted. And I wanted to be Danny Glover. I was in like 3rd grade.
As far as good guys go, the 4 good guys, I always wanted to be. I thought Danny Glover was the coolest because he had the rifles. I like the sharpshooter sniper stuff.
Yeah,
I've always liked that.
Like, what's his name in God damn it, in the World War II.
Barry Pepper.
Yes,
Barry Pepper.
Yeah,
so
and,
good.
There's the other one behind enemy lines, or not behind enemy lines.
Oh yeah,
Enemy at the gates.
Enemy at the gates.
The Russian and the German sniper going at each other.
So good.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like to read military, biographies and things like that, but I've read quite a few sniper books just because they're super interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I
sat
get
my
in
own
a
shit for 4 days.
whenever I get in a first person shooter, I'm crawling up to the highest point.
You're
and
camping.
out,
I'm
sniping
camping.
people. Yeah, bush camping to snipe. It's my favorite thing to do. I love it. I love shooting in the Marines. I loved all that. But that's my favorite thing. Long distance.
I also find something that struck me also is I find it interesting that, you know, if you follow, I just think it's interesting to follow people's careers and see like, oh man, like their careers like touched each other that moment. And that was so early in their careers. Kevin Kline, Kevin Costner, Danny Glover, so they all learn from each other. And then they go on and do other movies and they learn from other people. And then like, I think that whole process is super interesting.
Yeah. Well, shortly after that, Danny Glover did what? The Color Purple?
I don't know. Was that? I think Color Purple was probably before.
No, I think it was after that.
Was it after that? They're coming out. They're doing a Color Purple.
You ain't gonna hit me no more.
Reboot. Color Purple musical. So that was,
what?
Yeah, it's gonna be nuts.
That's inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. Well, can we do the we got to do Talk of the Week and then Three of a Kind.
Are we gonna do Three?
Color Purple and Silverado both came out in 1985.
Oh wow! What a year for him! Holy crap!
You want to hear the rest of the 85?
Oh my god! Was Lethal Weapon too?
I think Batman came out.
Fuck off! Was he in Lethal
Weapon? Was 87.
Oh. Yes, please.
He was in The Stand-In, The Color Purple, and Silverado, and Witness, and
Witness.
All the Children Shall Lead, which was a television movie. Those were all in 1985.
Wow.
1985 was a really good year. I forgot what happened, but a lot of crap happened.
He was in Lonesome Dove too.
Wow.
Good.
So did you decide what the other Three of a Kind is, Jorge?
Rom-coms.
Well, no, we're doing rom-com.
He laughed for a second.
Best Super Bowl
halftime
shows.
Yeah.
Halftime show.
Yep. But I guess let's get into Talk of the Weeks. You guys sent me some of your talks. Let's go ahead and get through some of them. Let's see. I don't ever keep track of the order, so let's just go and hit the randomizer and go boop, 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 boop. Jorge, you are first, sir.
Yes, taking it back to the jams. All right, this is how current music is now was done in our heyday, back in the 2000s. It's crazy to think that 20 years ago I was playing all these jams, and now they're being rebooted into what you hear to this day. So that's what this is, and let's take a listen now.
Bad chick, I could be a fantasy. I could tell you got big energy. A rich nigga, 8-figure, that's my type. That's my type, nigga, that's my type. DJ Precise. Fuck being good, I'm a bad bitch. I'm sick of motherfuckers trying to tell me how to live.
Woke up quick at about noon, just thought that I had to be in Compton soon.
Getting money, get rich, baby, tap in. Tap, tap.
Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle.
So yeah, that's that.
All right, Dino.
So last weekend, I watched Dead Poet Society with Lola, my 16-year-old daughter, because she had never seen it before. She'd only seen clips of it for one of her classes. So we watched that, which was Ethan Hawke's first movie. And this clip is Ethan Hawke, present day, talking about how people don't really, poetry is not important till it is. I thought it was pretty good.
Well, most people don't spend a lot of time thinking about poetry, right? They have a life to live, and they're not really that concerned with Allen Ginsberg's poems or anybody's poems until their father dies. They go to a funeral, you lose a child, somebody breaks your heart, they don't love you anymore. And all of a sudden, you're desperate for making sense out of this life. And has anybody ever felt this bad before? How did they come out of this cloud? Or the inverse, something great. You meet somebody and your heart explodes. You love them so much you can't even see straight. You know, you're dizzy. Did anybody feel like this before? What is happening to me? And that's when art's not a luxury, it's actually sustenance. We need it.
Pretty good little thing.
Awesome.
Yeah. What about you, Troy?
Mine was actually Joe Rogan, and but it's nothing of craziness. It's talking
It's nothing
about
offensive, everybody. It's nothing offensive.
Yeah, it's nothing offensive. It's him
A compilation
talking
of
about
every
the
single
greatest-
time he said the N-word. It's 27 minutes long.
It's
the longest
it's-
TikTok.
Alrighty.
Go ahead, Troy.
It's him talking about the greatest stare down of all time. One of my favorite fighters of all time, who I thought he was amazing in Pride and could have been better in the UFC, but Mirko Krokop fighting Vanderlei Silva, and they had this stare down, and Vanderlei Silva was a stare down king, and this one time he got beat by Mirko because Mirko just had this look of I'm gonna fucking kill you. And Mirko was a special forces cop and shit, so he'd actually really done some killing.
Yeah, and he looks like a damn action figure.
Yeah, he does. But
here's the best stare down of all time in MMA. I'll show you the best stare down.
Right.
Mirko Krokop versus Vanderlei Silva. This is the best stare down ever because Vanderlei was, his nickname is the Axe Murderer. He's a fucking savage. He was a Pride middleweight champion, bad motherfucker, just a bad mother. But he was fighting Mirko Krokop, who was the head of an anti-terrorist squadron in Croatia, and he's a real murderer. You're talking about a different kind of fucking straight up killer and an elite high level kickboxer. So look at Krokop on the left.
Yeah, I see him.
See, that's the eyes of the guy who's killed someone with a knife. See, there's a fucking completely different stare down here. Krokop's looking at him and he's not budging. This is the first time where Vanderlei lost a stare down. Where Vanderlei was used to staring guys down and they would be intimidated, and Krokop looked at him like he was dinner.
I stated.
But he's got them
Both look
legs,
like action
boy.
figures.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. Yeah, that was a very, very, very good one, sir.
Pride was awesome, and
Pride was awesome.
That's a good TikTok. And it was, once you know, like you've seen both of those fighters, and then they finally meet up, that makes that face off pretty epic.
Pride, in my eye, in some ways, is better than the UFC today.
Remember when UFC bought Pride, and then they put
Yes.
the Pride fighting rules into the video game?
Yes, I love that. That was so much fun. That's the best. All right, y'all. Mine is coinciding with my my new obsession, which is really good coffee. And so this is this is a TikTok you can follow. It's called Flair Espresso, and this person is pulling a shot, and so they are using a distribution technique where they're stirring up the grounds before they temp it, which is, you know, how you grind your grounds, you tamp it, you put it in, and you pull the shot. And so this is kind of showing you that process, and it just looks so beautiful as it's filling up the glass. And I'm just really trying to prepare myself, because my plan is when I move, I'm going to be moving into a house. I'm going to have more space. So I'm going to get myself a cappuccino machine. So I'm kind of get myself prepared. I used to be a barista, so I'm kind of like jogging that memory. And so I'm watching a lot of TikToks on it, and I'm obsessed with it. Dutch Brothers is like my obsession. They're everywhere. There's one over here off of Beltline I've been going to lately. So
The distribution of your coffee grounds is a key thing that's going to help you make better espresso if you do it right. So let's walk through the process together. Clumps and hills in your coffee grounds occur naturally when you grind for espresso. So we want to use a WDT tool like this to get rid of those. Remember, it needs to have really thin needles or it's just going to make things worse. We're going to start out a little more aggressive, scraping the needles along the bottom of the filter basket. Then we're going to move higher and higher up in the coffee grounds using those same circular motions to evenly distribute all the way up to the top level of the grounds. This is what we want to be looking for, a nice, flat, even distribution of our coffee grounds. When we're done with our WDT tool, we can give the portafilter a couple good taps to collapse any remaining channels. And then we're ready to tamp. Look at that nice, evenly distributed puck. Now we can lock our portafilter into the Flare 58 and get a really nice extraction of our espresso.
So,
we're gonna have a podcast studio.
Yes, sir, I am. I'm excited.
I have some things to contribute to that.
Ooh, cool. But yeah, that's our talks of the week. We will go ahead and take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get into our 3 of a kind.
And if the Lord wants to take me, I'm here for the taking. 'Cause hell's probably better than trying to get by.
They're not good enough. Simple as that. I mean, I take a lot of pride in my job and take accountability in this loss. I mean, I've got to be better well before that last play, but in just certain situations in the game, certain plays in the game, I've got to be better to help this team win and overcome some of the things that we put ourselves into.
You can see me on the front page, it'll be out tomorrow. A boy in his 20s shot down in his prime.
When you play for the Dallas Cowboys, you play here, you understand it's Super Bowl or nothing.
For trying to hold up the Texaco station, they'll say I was desperate, they're probably right.
And as I said, having the team that we had, having the brotherhood, the camaraderie, the full team talent, we definitely underachieved. And it sucks, point blank. I mean, you're talking about a team, you're talking about men that come out each and every day of their lives and give everything to this sport, give everything to this game of football. Nobody wants to succeed more than we want to succeed.
I bought a house at the mouth of the holler, a ring at the pawn shop, and a crib for the kid.
I understand fans and the word fan for fanatic, I get that, but to know everything that we put into this day in and day out, try our hardest. Nobody comes in the game wanting or expecting to lose, and for people to react that way when you're supposed to be a supporter and be with us through thick and thin, that's tough.
They were aiming at the referees.
Yeah, they were at the referees. Well, shit, credit to them then.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
They weren't doing it.
Oh, credit
It is the divisional round in the NFL season 2021-22 season. The temperature is dropping here in Dallas because you can tell hell has frozen over. With the roster and all of the opportunities on this team, the Cowboys did it again. They are out, one and done. All right, Jorge Antonio Becerra.
All righty, guys, we are back. We are doing 3 of a kind, and this week it is going to be our favorite Super Bowl halftime shows, dating back to all the way back when. And I think the earliest halftime show that I can remember was in 1989 when the Bengals and the Niners played each other. And there was like this 3D show that they did, like you could use the glasses and it was like a 3D show. It wasn't the spectacle that it is today. Like it was almost Broadway, you know what I mean? Like they didn't do the theatrics that they had to this day. But anyhow, the order of tonight's lineup is going to be Dean, Troy, Chris, then myself. So about our favorite mother-loving Super Bowl halftime shows. So
what was the order? Me first?
Yeah.
Dean is first.
All right. Well, there's been so many good ones, but the one that really changed the whole aspect of how the Super Bowl halftime show became gigantic was I saw a TikTok on this. That's why
I think I did too. I think
I might have sent it to you guys. It's
yeah.
1993's the only performer was Michael Jackson. It was the Rose Bowl, and it changed the way they do halftime shows. It was the biggest spectacle. I mean, before then there was a couple, and then in the 80s it was like marching bands and crap.
Yeah. It was Broadway, like.
Yeah. And then the fact that I saw was that more people watched the halftime show of this year than watched the game.
Yeah, it was 1993.
Yeah, 1993.
Well,
I'm gonna super like that. I'm gonna super like it too.
Yeah, I mean that's that's the quintessential.
It's got to be right.
That's the quintessential. Like,
there's ones that I liked more, but I definitely remember watching that when I was a kid.
Oh God, yeah. That's it. Okay, Troy, you're up next.
I am gonna go with Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson.
Justin Timberlake.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, of course you did. Of course you did.
Booby.
Yeah, but dude, like, I mean, that was such a crazy show, right? It was like, oh my God.
I think that's the first time I realized that nipple rings could be more than just a barbell or just like a regular ring, right? That's when I was like, what? They can be like all like crazy. It was like a sun or something.
Yeah.
That's probably, I'm going to diss that.
Whoa.
Probably the most talked about Super Bowl halftime show after the fact for like the next week. News coverage was just about that for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
And so I diss that one as being maybe the most infamous, cringiest.
But it was a good show too.
It was until it wasn't.
Of course.
But like that performance was awesome. Okay, Chris, who are you going with? Don't take mine.
Okay, so there's so many good ones, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna go with this, but I'm gonna go with this one. I know we give them a lot of I give them a lot of shit just because they're kind of a little pompous at times, but this was one of those poignant moments, and it was U2.
Oh God, I'm gonna diss this.
This was post 9/11.
Yeah.
They did the real touching. They had the names go through. They did where the streets have no names. We're not feeling it though.
God, I just wasn't into this one, man.
Okay.
I hated it. I thought it was
good. I like that we're flinging the we don't diss enough, so I appreciate that.
Well, I mean, like I'll diss like if it warrants a diss, I'll diss. I'm not gonna diss just for the.
Be careful how soon you diss things, though.
No, I really did
that.
not like. Listen, I like you too, but I did not like them.
Right, because I still have two more choices. So.
Yeah, that's not what I want to get lit to. Like whenever it's a party. You don't say, "Oh, let's bust up."
Well, yeah, but again, this was a year of
it was
a solemn year. Not necessarily. We're still going on with life, but we're not necessarily.
The theme of the show,
openly partying,
was tribute to those killed in the September 11th attacks.
Yeah,
and you're saying that's your favorite Super Bowl.
I guess so.
That's terrible.
I guess so.
Okay, all right, fine.
That's a good point.
It was sponsored by E-Trade, and the producer was Clear Channel Entertainment. No,
can I change it?
It's locked in.
Yeah, Jesus.
I messed up.
And judged. You have been judged.
I messed
up. Okay, I'm next. I'm going with.
You know what the best time was? Remembering
9/11. Shit. Did you just say Prince?
Yeah.
No, did you?
Yeah, Super Light.
Oh,
Super Light.
I don't have a Super Light.
2007.
If I had one, it'd be yours.
Nobody can beat Dean.
Well, he just did. I think he just did. Actually, I think he just did. To me, I like the Prince.
Yeah, but Dean got two. Unless Dean.
I think the quintessential one, and the Prince one was the best.
When he just went into that guitar experience, like somebody called me during it, and I'm like, dude, why are you calling me during the Super
And there was
Bowl
marching
halftime?
bands in it too. And usually, whenever I see marching bands, I'm like, boo. But this one was really good.
Rain, and those dancers didn't even slip. Like, oh my god!
Yeah, when he started going into Purple Rain and it actually rained, oh my god! That you can't play in that. That's just like shit that happens. That's
I'm pretty sure that was staged.
Oh, you think so? You don't think it was for rain?
It was very good. Wow. Good job for all of the Super Bowl halftime shows. So, whenever you have a sponsor like Pepsi, huge massive production. Whenever you have a sponsor like Oscar Mayer or Bridgestone Tires or E-Trade, the production value of the spectacle of the whole thing drops significantly. So a good indicator that it's going to be totally insane stuff you've never seen before. Like
Okay, well, that's
sponsor.
Gotcha. Okay. All righty, Dean, you're up next.
I mean, I want to say this one, but I'm not going to because it wasn't great for a halftime show.
If it's your favorite,
go with the Who.
Oh, you're not going to go with that.
Musically, the Who is great, but for the show, it was not. No, Mars and Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Motherfucker, that next fucking choice.
That's a super like.
Damn.
Well, no.
Okay, Bruno Mars and Red Hot Chili Peppers. You
That's
said? Yeah, that's
a test live most of the time. So this was definitely a little lip syncing going on to their own stuff, but it's the halftime show.
Oh, you think
Troy,
so?
you're up next, buddy.
Yeah, well, he took my very next one, which is some bullshit. I would probably have to say trying to find it who all was on it.
Pass.
No, I'm not passing.
He's gonna pass.
Tell me what year it was.
Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band, 2009.
Diss. Lame, bro.
Dude.
Lame.
Whatever,
Maybe you ran
it's
out of
the
time.
boss,
Maybe you
bro.
ran out of time. Then I'll give you some credit for that. But lame.
Here's the songs they sang. I agree. This one was lame, and it's only because they played
kind of
10th
music is
Avenue
it?
Freeze Out.
What kind of fucking music is? I was trying to figure that out.
Like,
is it
it's
rock
like-
and roll?
It's like
I'm
folk
getting
rock.
fucking work this week.
It's like not rock, right? It's rock and roll. Like you have to add the and roll because it adds a little bit of cheesiness to it.
But I will
It's like
say,
folk rock, man.
yeah. But I will say that whenever he hits the "Born in the USA," that one kind of.
But he didn't sing that during this. He didn't sing that during the show.
He didn't sing that during the show. What an idiot!
No, he sang 10th Avenue Freeze Out, Born to Run, Working on a Dream, and Glory Days.
Glory days. It's like
if he would have done,
it's like
Born in the
yuppie
USA
music, right? It's like 80s yuppie music.
Yeah, you can't even dance to it.
I don't know.
I don't even know how you dance to it. You definitely not. All right.
How can he be the
Okay.
face of like? Because he was also like you said, like he did "Born in the USA," which is like supposed to be for the American worker, but then also be like, you know, Yuppieville, glory days. I don't know. Okay,
It's like here's what I think Bruce Springsteen is. If you took,
I love Bruce Springsteen, mind you. I like the old shit though.
Yeah, but look, if you took, what's his name, the folk singer from that I can't even think of his name. Anyway, it's like a folk singer with a full band.
Yeah,
with a rock band.
Yeah,
You
You
take
know
a
what it
singer
reminds me of?
songwriter, take a singer songwriter, add a full band. That's
Yes.
Bruce Springsteen.
Yes, it basically it's
Grateful Dead.
It's like that movie Come to Life, right? Like that movie. What is that shit?
Bob Dylan. It's like Bob Dylan if he had a full-on band.
Fuck. The dude
And could
dies at the
enunciate.
end. Remember, he dies at the end. It was that 80s movie about that 50s rock band. Eddie and the Cruisers. He's like Eddie and the Cruisers in real
he comes
life.
back like as Eddie and the Cruiser. He doesn't come back like as a ghost or something, or
Yeah,
a
something like
car
that.
or
I
something
don't
like that.
know. Anyway, all right. Is it my turn?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, I will apologize for my last go for the U2 one. So I'm gonna go. This one is also poignant, but also I think very well loved and beloved and critically acclaimed. I'm going with Whitney Houston, her version. Oh, wait, no, that's the fucking national anthem.
That's the
We're going
national
halftime.
anthem, dude.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go with Katy Perry because I love that performance.
And I'm gonna diss that, sir.
Katy Perry,
good.
Super Bowl performance was
That was so good.
It was
Oh,
so
It had
that-
Beyonce.
you
it
are
had
crazy.
Bruno Mars. No, it had Lenny Kravitz, Missy Elliott.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah,
a-
that was good.
There was like a giant lion or some shit. Like
Yeah, it was like the return of Missy Elliott too.
Dude,
Yes.
that one was one of
augmented
that was-
reality was involved.
Yeah, dude. I'm sorry. Why are you dissing that? That was a great
Yeah,
one.
bro. Do you even have
dissing
another
it.
diss? How many disses do you have?
I didn't diss anything yet, sir.
Okay, you were just waiting to
Yeah,
diss
no,
me, you
he-
son of a bitch.
That was a good
Okay.
one. That
This
oh
is your
my
moment.
god.
This is a blood
In fact, that was my next one. Oh my
blood
God.
feud. From now on,
Okay.
you can get a diss from me every time.
Okay, well, fine. I was really impressed with last year's The Weeknd. The Weeknd
Yeah.
did a really good job.
Yes, that was a really good one. And like you said, with the sponsorship, this is one of those
dude.
mega halftime show.
You have to watch
also
the making
the
of
producers. You know who the producers of this is, right? These last couple, Jay-Z.
Oh, really?
Rock Nation.
Rock Nation. Oh, you're
And-
right.
Yeah, Jay-Z and Rock Nation.
Rock Nation.
But the Weeknd one was great because everyone had to wear masks.
Mhm.
It was, COVID. It was
that's
just
smart.
him.
Yeah, it was a really good use of masks.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. And not only that, man.
And it was awesome. And he sang so many songs. He just did like the whole medley. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All my number ones. Here they
Sing
go.
about cocaine.
Yeah. And it was like all the dudes from his hood, man. Like that was another big thing too. Like it was the first of its kind, with all the male dancers.
Can we even though we haven't seen it yet, can we do the one that's coming up? Like, can that be on the
You can't
list?
pick that.
No, but that's, in anticipation, I think everybody's so excited about that.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
I think it's going to be a little
that one?
overhyped.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean,
the rap
dude,
show,
overhyped. It's gonna be ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like they spent $10 million on just the commercial to say, hey, guess who's in the halftime show?
Yeah.
California love.
I can tell you what the set list already is.
What is
really?
it?
Okay. Well, no.
Do you really?
No,
Dean.
tell me. I want to know.
I want to know what Kendrick. I want to hear if Kendrick going off on an old school song. That would be dope.
He is.
Yeah.
They're all doing old school songs. They're doing like the greatest hits, man.
Oh, tell me what the. I
will.
know.
Let's finish the thing.
All right, Dean, you're up
We
next.
gotta
Dean, you're up
do
next.
two.
That'll be icing on the cake.
Dean,
All
go
right.
ahead.
So this is my last one. I'm gonna have to go with Choose or Lose was the theme, and it had Jessica Simpson, Janet Jackson was back, or before actually, P. Diddy, Nelly, Kid Rock, and Justin Timberlake.
Oh,
that was the one with the booby, bro. That's
2004 one?
Yes,
Dude,
that's
that- yeah,
the one
yes,
with the
yes,
titty.
Oh, that was the titty one.
That's the one I chose.
Sorry, bro. You had to choose another one.
Yeah, choose another one.
Dang, I really wanted to say Kid Rock.
Super like.
Sorry, bro.
All right.
There.
All right.
So do you super like? Hold
no,
on.
no.
How's that not a super like then?
Because you've already given Troy because you gave me the super light.
Yeah.
No, but I'm talking about Dean.
I already gave a super like.
He already gave
To
it.
who?
He gave it to
Prince?
me for Prince. Yeah.
No, Dean, you haven't given a super like yet.
Okay. Technically,
Justin-
I guess.
Justin
Is it-
Timberlake. I'm changing my thing.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Justin Timberlake.
But I know, but you originally
That's
chose
fine. Give him
mine.
his fucking point. Give him his point. That's fine.
All right.
All right. Yes.
Your lucky
yes,
Kid
the
Rock
new-
happened to make an appearance in that
Okay.
halftime show.
Okay, but wait a minute.
Yes, the new Justin Timberlake.
Okay, hold on a
was
second.
really
Yeah,
good. I thought that was
yeah,
really
that's
good.
right.
New-
Because Dean dissed that very one.
He
No,
dissed
I
it,
just,
too.
I just,
You know you did. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you
mine.
dissed- you
dissed
dissed-
that
So-
same one.
Okay, well, it cancels itself out. That's fine.
Okay, it cancels itself out. Yeah, it cancels itself out.
Either
So,
way,
hold on a
you
second.
got a diss and a like
Super
like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do like that the new JT performance because he's got I mean his discography is so much better by now, like
Tennessee Kids. And he popped out of the crowd. He did like some crazy
yeah, that's
stuff.
right. He took a selfie with a kid and then he became popular
Yeah.
and crap. Yeah, I remember that, dude. Man,
yeah,
dude,
I like the troll song. I love that troll song.
yeah, and he did a suit and tie. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
All
can't stop the
okay.
feelings.
My
of
turn?
Troll Song.
No, it's Troy's turn. And
Oh,
Dean, you
my
have one
bad.
diss left.
I apologize, everybody.
Troy, go ahead. Right now.
Beyonce.
Oh yeah. That was a
The
good one.
Beyonce performance. Queen B up there doing her thing.
One, she's done it a couple times.
Yep.
Yeah. The one where it was just her.
The one
Yeah.
where she fell.
No, Destiny's Child was there too.
Yeah, and then like they put out all those pictures of her in super slow motion and did all the facial, like her the faces she was making while she was doing all the dances, and they.
Oh yeah. It was real like military. Was that the military one? Where
Yeah,
she was
like yeah, she's doing all these like it was like step. It's like a step team, and it's
Yeah.
very regiment. the dance style, and so she had some stank faces that, and I think that's when she was like, at that point, I guess like all of her performance pictures have to be approved now. I think.
Yeah. That one wasn't approved.
Yeah, that was definitely not approved.
They were just freeze frames.
They were just freeze frames. Yeah, but there's something now, like there's some kind of thing. I think that came in after that.
Well, hey man, don't look like that. You know what I mean?
All right, so my turn. I will be going with God damn it. I had it, and then I just
a good one. I can't believe you're not. I can't believe you haven't picked it.
I had it in mind, and then now that we're here, it was I apologize, everybody. It was no. Yes, I'm sorry. It was fucking Lady Gaga. She jumped off the roof.
Oh yeah, that was
and then like came down and then did Gaga shit.
Yes.
So yes, that performance.
She also sang "God Bless America" to open it.
Yes.
And then she jumped down and sang.
Then she jumped down and then sang "Poker Face," and then she did the
"Born This Way" telephone.
Yes. Did she do the one from the movie too?
Just Dance, Million Reasons, and then Bad Romances before the movie.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah. So good. So freaking good. Again, another Pepsi performance.
Since y'all pretty much.
This one was actually the Pepsi Zero.
Pepsi Zero, yep.
The first diet drink, I think, to sponsor. No, Jorge's 3D one was sponsored by Diet Coke because you had to buy the Diet Coke to get the 3D glasses.
Nice. Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna go with this dynamic duo just because of all of the controversy it brought with it. I loved it. And it's not even controversial, like Shakira and J-Lo. Shakira and J-Lo on the Super Bowl, February 2nd, 2020. I believe, I forgot who was playing, but whatever. Pepsi was the sponsor of that too.
That was the
Niners in Kansas City.
Non-controversial performance.
That was very controversial.
Those two? Oh, because they were shaking their...
Yeah, they were shaking
their hips don't lie.
Yep. Okay, so I have Dino. You win again-o.
What would he? How many super likes did he get?
He got 2.
And now I got a super like and a diss.
Correct.
Sorry, brother. Sorry for you.
What Bustos get?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Damn. Dean and Troy. I
got dissed. That's all I got. They're trying to hold me back.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Pull up the old 9/11. Try and win by sympathy.
Yeah, that was terrible.
And you too, which I also have issues with.
That was terrible.
Yes,
yeah.
I know. Okay, well, all right. Well, that was our first go, guys. We're gonna go ahead and
twice.
I did. I got dissed twice, and I hate to end it on a sour note, but we just ran out of time.
Hey, you guys remember the saddest Super Bowl halftime of all?
Yeah, I'm gonna have you two play us out with their sad song where the streets have no name, and I'm gonna scroll the names of nobody. I'm not gonna do that.
All right. Are we gonna get the set list?
Soon.
Yes, too soon.
Oh yeah, let's get the set list.
Oh yeah, do that. That's a good thing to go out to. I like that.
Okay, next week's movie.
Yes,
is Blade Runner.
Blade Runner.
The Final Cut, 1980.
That is not to be confused with the director's cut.
Or the original. Or the theatrical cut. Or there's so many cuts of this movie. It's kind of weird.
But we'll get into
and
that.
each one has like a whole different thematic change to the whole movie.
Absolutely.
Which is weird. Because...
We'll get through that. Yeah, we'll get through that. We'll get to that. Go ahead and go through those lyrics real quick so we can wrap this up. Not lyrics, but
the set list.
Oh, set list. Okay.
Yeah, here we go.
On to the next show.
All right.
Well,
so this is
then we'll do predictions. Super Bowl predictions.
Yeah, Dean, first you say the name and then I will do one bar of it.
Yes,
go ahead.
Phil Dre.
Nowadays, everybody when it's all they got something to say, but something come back. Okay, next.
Gin and juice.
Sipping on gin and juice.
Drop it like it's hot.
Dropping like it's hot. Ooh.
The next episode.
Yeah. Smoke weed every day.
The real Slim Shady.
I'm Slim Shady. Yes, I'm the real Shady. Are you other Slim
Lose
Shady?
yourself.
You better lose yourself in the moment you own it. You know, you better not
Humble.
let it.
Oh, that's Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, what? They're gonna give him? Okay, next.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
the stars.
He doesn't know any of those.
All the stars.
Now we're getting into today's music.
Oh, this rapper came out in the last 10 years. I don't know any of this stuff.
Okay, all right.
Family Affair.
Let's get it hard up in the stone dancer.
Nothing but a G thing.
Oh,
Nothing but a G thing, baby.
And then close it out with the home crowd favorite, California Love.
California
love. Are they? Oh, are they gonna have fucking?
Yes, he's gonna be Pac, bro. He's gonna be
hologram
Pac.
Pac?
No, not hologram Pac. It's gonna be K Dot. Is gonna be Pac.
Who's K Dot?
But hey,
Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, K Dot's gonna do the Pac part.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Hey, but you don't want to know an interesting fact is back then they used to make an alternate version to the edited version, so they wouldn't like be like, you know, all you mother hand like this, pop your. No, they used to like have other versions like it feels good to you, baby bubba. You see, this is for the G's with the keys of the lover, thing like that.
Yeah,
yeah.
It wouldn't,
That's so they could sell the CDs in
radio
Walmart.
edit.
yeah.
Walmart had the radio. Walmart had the alternate cuts.
Yeah.
And
And
so
I
you bought a
almost
CD
kinda-
in Walmart.
I really like it. Tupac had How Do You Want It? He had two versions of that.
Yeah.
And
I love that, and I love that when they do it on movies on cable, like Casino, Casino,
The dub.
or
So they can get it.
Young Guns on cable is really funny too. That shit-
Snakes on a Plane is the best. I think that's the most famous.
All right.
I'm tired. Tired of these mother-loving snakes on this mother-loving plane.
Mother loving and buzzards and all kinds
Yeah.
of weird stuff.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, thank you for listening. Check us out. Call the number. Leave us messages. Follow us on social media. Tell a friend. Grow the show. And we'll be back next week for Valentine's Day. Last thing, though, Super Bowl predictions. Dean, go. Who wins?
yeah, we can hear you.
Bengals.
Jorge.
Bengals.
Troy.
I want the Bengals to win, but I think it's going to be the Rams.
Damn, he's flip-flopping like a motherfucker. I'm going Rams. All right, we'll see you next week, everybody.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.